Hi there, and welcome to this video. We're going to be looking at doing a little minor blues piece. So we're going to be using three minor chords: A minor, D minor and E minor, and we're going to add some bass notes to that, so we get an alternating bass feel with actually some bass runs as well, so it just makes it a little bit more interesting to play. The first thing we're going to do is I published this with music and tablature, and today I'm just going to talk about using it for the tablature, not the music side, the standard music notation, because I've done this video especially for someone who's a fairly new beginner and doesn't read music but wants to get playing blues fairly quickly. So let's show them how we can do it and have some fun as well. I mentioned in the lessons that I've been doing with people on this a few things, a few exercises to help them form the chord shapes, get a bit of left hand dexterity in their hand, and exercises for the right hand. The right hand one is very easy, so I'll just do that quite quickly. We're just going to play string 6 and strum. You can see no left hand here. Then string 5, strum, 6, strum, 6, strum, 5, strum, 6, strum, 5, strum. And you can see I'm just using my thumbs for strumming. I'm not using fingers. We're going to do this really simple. So there's a little coordination exercise for your thumb to get used to the E string, the A string, and of course then you can do it for the D string, 4, and then strum, and then 5, strum, 4, strum, 5, so D, A. Okay, so we're going to be using those three bass strings, the E, A and D strings. Let's look at the chords next. So we've got an A minor chord. Okay, let me just position myself a bit better. An A minor chord. Okay, so you can pick those up on any books that you may have. An E minor chord, so we just move those two fingers to the 5th and 4th strings. Okay, and that's a 6th string strum. And then the more awkward one is D minor. So here's a tip for D minor. Finger 1 on the F, of course, fret 1, A. Finger 2 goes on the A, that's fret 2 of string 3. And finger 3 on the D, fret 3 of string 2. Now if you struggle with that D, okay, with finger 3, my exercise is just to learn to widen them fingers. You can see I'm widening them, and eventually the finger 3 will get more to the edge of the fret where it needs to be. Or you can just use finger 4. Okay, use finger 4 and you get a D minor chord. Finger 3, if you're happy with 3, that's fine. Okay, so that's our three chords. I'm not planning to go into absolute detail here, so if you're an absolute beginner, I suggest you check out some videos on chords and some bass strings and naming the frets and things like that. Right then, so the premise of the song is simply to do this alternating bass. So in bar 1 we've got A chord, A minor, then the E chord, A chord, E chord. Okay, so it's just playing an alternating bass with this 5th string A and the 6th string E. We've got a little run up to that. So on the tablature it's marked as open string on the lowest string, so that's low E. And then I'm going to keep my chord shape down actually and use finger 4 to play that G there, fret 3. So it's written as a 3 on the low string, the 6th string there. So I go E, G, then A, chord, E, chord, A, chord. And we've got a repeat of that then. So open string 6, then fret 3 string 6, the G, so E to G, and then an A, chord, E, chord, A, chord. Now we're going to move to D minor, so we've got a little bass run to do first. So you play the 5th string open as written, A, finger 3 is going to play a C, there. Okay, so A, C, and that's going to take us to string 4, the D. Then we form our D minor chord, so I'll get D, chord, alternating bass, string 5, A chord, D, chord, A chord. Then we do a run down, so we go D, C, okay, D, C, A chord, E, down to the third line of the sheet music that I've given. And so now we've got our E minor chord, and we play E, chord, E, chord. We do that for 2 bars, chord, E, chord, to A minor, so A, bass, A minor shape, sorry. Then our little rundown to go A, G, E, chord. Okay, so I've done that fairly quickly, but if you get stuck, just rewind this video and just slow down and just take a little bit at a time, it'll work. This is what it should all sound like when you play it together. Okay. Sorry. And then of course you can just repeat. So the real trick to remember this is the tablature. Remember to look at the tablature as you're going, so you can see what notes, which bass note you're playing and which fret you're playing when there's a fretted bass note. And look at the music that I put there. I put the names A minor, D minor and E minor where those chords appear. So remember to just form those shapes at the start of each of those bars and you'll be absolutely fine. Good luck with that and have fun.